It's member-supported Hawaii Public Radio, and all things considered, I'm Dave Lawrence, and we have a very special guest. We're in our Atherton Performing Arts Studio. It's one of my favorite places to get to spend some time. And doing so today with Donavon Frankenreiter. He's brought along two great musicians to play with him, Mike Bedard and Matt Grundy, and they're going to be at the Blue Note through Sunday, and great to have you guys here. Thank you so much, Donavon, Mike,
thank
and
you.
Matt.
Thanks for having us, man.
It's great to have you here, and exciting because you and I have talked, not that you would remember it, but a bunch of times on the phone over the years, and finally it's nice to have you in the room. And it's a guy who most recent released record is The Heart, correct?
Yeah.
And a new project coming up soon we're going to hear about, but he has, not only is he guitarist, singer, songwriter, but he is a surfer, and you've got strong Hawaii ties too. I think we should out that before we go any further. Kauai still home? Or?
Yeah, I've been living there almost 10 years. Yeah, raised my kids there, and it's sort of, for me, it's like heaven on earth. So, yeah, I love being home.
You and thousands of other people who feel equally about that place, and many others in the island. So we've got you cats in the studio, and before we hear a song, maybe paint a picture of what is in store for these shows over at the Blue Note. What can people who are coming expect?
Well, we play a lot of acoustic songs and electric songs, but I'm just really happy with this band I have. These two guys, they're incredible musicians. So Mike does a lot of drums, percussion. He also sings almost every song, backups. And then Matt over here, he plays the bass and the electric guitar, harmonica, and sings backup. So it's just a really fun, we have a great time playing together, and it's all, upbeat songs, mellow songs, acoustic, electric, just kind of everything. I think we have like 8 records out, so we try to pick a couple songs off every album,
And we'll hear about it later, but will the new Jamtown band material be included at all?
No, that's one of those things where, we might slide a song in. I always love playing new songs, but...
and you mix it up, too.
Yeah, we mix it up, but it's going to be great to get out on the road with Jamtown eventually, because that's with Cisco Adler and G Love. So it's a new project, and but any chance we get a opportunity to play a new song, I like to kind of throw it in the set. It keeps things exciting.
Right, keeps these guys on their...
these guys are always on their toes. These
right.
guys are pros.
I noticed it from the moment they came in.
These guys are total pros.
On their toes. Well, let's give folks a taste of what's in store if you want. We'll play a few songs here today. We'll talk some more in a moment, but what would you like to open
What do you guys want
with?
to start with?
What you know about?
No. Let's do Heading Home.
Blame it on the rain.
Yeah, we could do that, I guess.
It's Donavon Frankenreiter and the guys here in the Atherton.
Start us off, Grundy. Come on. Yeah. Try to sell something that just can't be bought. Say it's the latest and the greatest, but I know that it's not. You be somebody you don't wanna be. I didn't even exist last year, but now it's what we need, yeah. Oh no, not me. Oh no, not me. 'Cause I'm headed home. And I'm headed home. And I'm headed home. And I'm headed home, yeah. Try to tear down something that should never be torn. I guess it won't be green around here when they're born. And once really gone, it's really gone for good. And just because you can don't mean that you should. Oh no, not here. Oh no, not now. 'Cause I'm headed home, baby. I'm headed home. And I'm headed home. I'm headed home, I'm just heading home. Come on, man, take it. gotta go somewhere you never gone. Sing something that you never sung. Think about something that you never thought. And if you're gonna give everything you got, yeah. Oh yeah, right here. Oh yeah, right now. 'Cause I'm headed home, baby. I'm headed home. And I'm headed home. And I'm headed home. And oh yeah, right here. And oh yeah, right now. 'Cause we're headed home, baby. We're headed home. We're headed home. We're headed home. Yeah, all right there. Dates with Jack this summer, so
Right.
that's like an incredible opportunity. And you know, he's always doing stuff like that. You know, and whenever it seems like to be the right time, you know, he's willing to give friends of his like a massive and huge opportunity. So it's just incredible that he's letting us open up a couple shows this summer,
Including like Hollywood Bowl.
Yeah, he gave us a couple good ones. You know, like that was sort of a dream. You know, play the Hollywood Bowl and an amazing show in Colorado and Denver.
Right.
And then you know, there possibly could be a second night added in New York, and if that happens, we'll get that one too.
Where's that at in New York?
That's it.
Like a shed or in the city?
What's it called? It's a really big place. Grass. What's the place called?
In the city?
Yeah,
Or-
it's in the city. It's it's huge. It's a really big place.
Well, we're not talking about MSG, obviously, because we would know that that's
Green.
what.
The word green's in there. It's like the Grass, New York. I don't know.
Yeah, well, don't worry. It doesn't
So
matter.
sorry, I'm not sure. but
Don't be
it's-
sorry.
It's on Jack's website.
How'd you first hook up with him to begin with?
You know, at the age of might have been like 16 years old. He was 14, and that was when I started my professional surfing career. And so, sort of like anybody who wanted to say anything in surfing, you had to come to the North Shore. That was
Right.
like, you just have to do it. You know, it's like the mecca of surfing and where everything kind of happens and begins. I think in surfing is on the North Shore of Oahu, and so, being similar ages to Jack, there was just a huge crew of kids at that age, and we're all hanging out, and all we wanted to do was surf and play music. But it was like Kelly Slater, Rob Machado, a guy named Peter King. Like, there was a big group of people that really played a lot of guitar when we weren't surfing. And so that's when I met Jack and became friends. And all of us were just, you know, surfing and playing music. And then it was really crazy. It was sort of like maybe, I don't know how many years later. I was 30 years old, I think, when I made the record with Jack. But we came full circle back to the same place where I met him. That's where I went back and made the first record at Mango Tree Studios. And he produced the album and co-wrote songs on that record with me. And then on top of it, he took us out on the road for 2 years, you know, and opened up for him. So it was incredible. That was like the best way I think I ever could have like started, you know,
Right.
sort of the musical journey. But I owe him a lot for letting us have that opportunity.
Donavon Frankenreiter, along with Mike Bedard, Matt Grundy. We're live in the HBR Atherton Performing Arts Studio on All Things Considered. Go for it, brother.
Okay, here we go. Take two for us. Well, it's you. Yeah, it's you. Came on with a force of life. That's what you did. You opened my eyes, and I'll never be the same again, baby. You opened my eyes. Yeah, you're like a big wave coming on strong. Ain't never seen nothing like you all so long. I wanna thank you for letting me know what it feels like to have love from the head down to my toes, like a big wave knocking me over. Oh, love, 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 love. Well, it's true, yeah, it's true. Never thought I'd find the one and give up a chase. I thought you'd never come, and I'll the same again, baby. Just look what you done. Yeah, you're like a big wave coming on strong. Ain't never seen nothing like you in all so long. I wanna thank you for letting me know what it feels like to have love from the head down to my toes. Like a big wave knocking me over. I talk about love, 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 love. Yeah, that's it. Not a dream, not a dream. Know the difference when it's real. Oh, it's something you can touch. Yeah, it's something you can feel. And I'll never be the same again. Said I'll never be the same again. I'll never be the same again. And love it can heal. Yeah, you're like a big wave coming on strong. Ain't never seen nothing like you in all so long. I wanna thank you for letting me know what it feels like to have love from the head down to my toes. Like a big wave knocking me over. I'll talk about love, love. You're like a big wave coming on strong. Ain't never seen nothing like you all so long. You're like a big wave knocking me over. Oh, love, 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 love.
Sounds so nice in the
was all right.
HPR Atherton Performing Arts Studio. Donavon Frankenreiter, Mike Bedard, Matt Grundy, and here on All Things Considered. Very nice. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you.
So Donovan, one of the things I remember when we talked in our other conversations, you got to play at a very prestigious place in England, right? Abbey Road Studios. You did.
Oh, yeah.
What was that? How did you get that gig? And what is something that sticks out of being in one of the most remarkable facilities?
You know, it was really strange. It was like sort of, at the time we were signed to Universal, and they were doing these like little series of like, they were spending, it was an astronomical amount of money to make this live DVD of us there. And at the time, I didn't think about it. When we were done, I was like, it's so strange that we had the opportunity to do that, because it's sort of like, to me, what happened for a band that had like 8 records out, you know, and we had 1 album out, and we were just writing our second one. But when they mentioned it to me, I was like, oh my God, we got to get this no matter what. Like, so I remember pushing them on it, and they're like, okay, we're going to go for it. And I was like, oh my God, it happened. And so we had a week of like, sort of like carte blanche of like be able to do whatever we wanted at Abbey Roads. And it was a trip, because I realized how special it was like prior to that, but then I didn't really realize how special it was until I actually left, because it was like insane. So we got to go, and I don't know, there's all these different studios, like Studio A, B, and C, and whatever. But we went into one studio, and we got to like play on all the old gear that the Beatles used, the microphones, the piano that they played Lady Madonna on, and we did a Beatles cover with a little help from our friends. And then we just got to walk around there and see all the gear that they played through, and the tape machines. And then we recorded that DVD in the other studio, whatever that was, Studio One or something. That was the big one. And it was sort of like the first time we ever did anything like that anyway. Like maybe we did like 1 or 2 TV things prior to that. And then they're like, we're doing a live DVD with you. And we're like, oh my God. So it was, looking back at it, it was like a dream, you know, it was sort of like, did that really even happen? But, I mean, it did. And it was like amazing, but, it was just like a huge opportunity. It was a lot of fun.
And have you brought your music to places around the world similarly? Like you got to go do that there. Did you do a small tour of England at the time?
We were on tour, yeah. It was like during the time that we were in Europe.
Okay.
It was like the end of our tour. And it just, all the timing, yeah, it happened.
Well, that saves some of the expense money instead
yeah,
of
yeah.
just
I mean,
flying.
that was like one thing. They figured like, okay, these guys are already here. We can probably pull it off. But I mean, I can't believe they went for it. It's like, Yeah, it was great.
And as I recall, and you'll correct me if I'm wrong, you have, because obviously classic rock factors into your influences, playing in the Beatles studio, got the Zeppelin shirt. I remember you had children with interesting Zeppelin, or you have Hendrix as one.
My older son is Hendrix, and my younger son is Ozzy.
Right.
Yeah. Not that he was named after Ozzy Osbourne, but I do love Ozzy Osbourne. But I just wanted like a couple of kind of like, I don't know, for me, cool, strong names in front of Frankenreiter. It's such a long, crazy last name, you know?
Yeah, Ozzy Frankenreiter would work.
And Hendrix Frankenreiter, it works, yeah.
And
it's something I slid by my wife. She went for it. It was all good.
And they're both spelled, that's Hendrix spelled like Jimmy did.
Yeah, it had to be just like Jimmy, and Ozzy had to be like Ozzy, you know? So, yeah, it's great. I love it.
And another thing that I remembered, you had some sort of like a bar on a different island. You were doing it was on Maui, right? On
I
the
did
Gulf
have
Coast.
that. That imploded though. That self-destructed.
You still have the massive collection of surfboards?
I do. Those are actually my buddy's fence now in Maui. He he took them all. There's about 100 of them, so he made them into his fence. And then it was just a crazy scenario. I never really was ever been in the restaurant business, but it was a 2-level thing, and downstairs was like my margarita house, and I decorated it all insane, and that place was like really doing well. It was the upstairs Mexican restaurant that kind of like was sort of hemorrhaging the whole situation, but it was a fun experience. You know, it was one that was very interesting, but it didn't last long. But I always wondered how they ruined, you know, rice and beans.
Was that in Napili?
Come on, guys, let's get it together here. You know. Come on now.
Which town was that in?
That was in, I think, Kanapali Coast or whatever.
Yeah,
it was over there. It was a great little zone. It would have been killer, but yeah.
Yeah, I was remembering that.
Blew it. Yeah, it was a bummer.
Well, still made a good story at the time.
Yeah, I know. It was good.
And before we hear another one of your jams, do want to get a plug in for this. Now, G-Love. G-Love's a funny cat. I remember when I was in college in Boston, I had this producer when I was on the air there, and her name was Nancy. And one day she was like, I want you to meet my boyfriend. And she brought him over, and it was Garrett.
No way.
So, yeah, this is like the summer of '92, I think it was. He was doing a residency in Boston for, I can't remember even where. I don't think it was the House of Blues. It might have been somewhere else in Cambridge. But in any event, it's just been interesting watching his career. As you could imagine, after an incident like that, like, wow, this guy keeps going and he's doing all kinds of stuff. And so now you have Cisco Adler, yourself. Give a little plug for what this Jamtown band is and what you're setting out to do.
You know, it's just like an interesting thing. We G-Love and I had this idea to make like sort of, we were going to call it the barbecue record. It was like just like something that you'd play when you're having a barbecue. It was like 2 of us acoustic, and we literally were going to like maybe try to write 2 new songs and then play acoustic versions and maybe a couple of covers and then maybe some of like my favorite originals and his favorite originals. Just us get around a couple of mics and just make this EP. And then, you know, we were going to have Cisco Adler produce it. So we went to his place, and it was just really weird. So one thing led to another, and we ended up having like 10 original songs. And Cisco ended up like singing on stuff, playing on stuff. And at one point throughout the recording process, we all kind of looked at each other. We're like, man, we should like, this should be a band. You know, we should make this a band. Like, and I thought like, this is going to be fun, you know, like maybe go out and do some shows with these 2 guys and whatever. But it's literally like sort of just right now in the infancy stages of like being like sort of released and like the whole plan of what we're going to do. But they're mixing the record right now. It's done. It's 10 brand new songs. And I just really enjoying the songs, really loving what we did. And everything's just kind of happened sort of
organically.
Yeah, it was like nothing was ever like pre-planned. Everything that me and G planned kind of went out the door. So it was kind of neat to have something refreshing to like, well, this is cool, you know. And then, you know, and then we got a couple dates with Jamtown this summer with Jack, which will be incredible to do. And I don't know. I'm just excited for what the future holds with that. You know, it's great. It's fun, you know, to have something new like that and be able to collaborate with Cisco and G. It's been really a great process.
Oh, well, we're looking forward to learning more about that. And I was looking at I guess it was your Facebook page where I saw the details of that.
Yeah.
And congrats on the big gigs with Jack. That's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's amazing.
For
Yeah,
you.
it's a huge opportunity. It's great. Yeah.
You haven't done Hollywood Bowl before, have you?
You know, did we do it before? Yeah, I think
that?
we did do it like the very first time we had a record come out, like 14 years ago. Yeah.
With him?
With him, yeah. And yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Well, that'll be a fun venue to get back in. You're in town this weekend. Great few shows that folks can catch in Honolulu. And so before we wrap it up, how about one more one more jam.
One more jam. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. 2 shows every night. It's
at the
gonna be,
Blue Note Hawaii in Waikiki. And we've been blessed today, Atherton Performing Arts Studio, to have Mike Bedard, Matt Grundy, playing along with Donavon Frankenreiter.
Free? Yeah, let's do free. That's real simple.
What's the backstory on this song?
This is the very first song I ever, not ever wrote, but it was just sort of like half done. And it's off the first record. And it's called Free. It was the first single that ever came out. But Jack co-wrote this song with me. So it was like, I kind of started it. He finished it and then produced it. And then, yeah, so Free.
Oh, nice.
Free is the song. Okay, you ready in there? Sorry, dude. Here we go.
Let this love be the fading sky. Could drift all night to the new sunrise. Just pass me a drink or maybe 2. One for me and one for you. Yeah, we're gonna be free. 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 Corner winds, changing tide, trap themselves and get inside. When will the weather ever let us go? I guess we'll have to wait till the trade winds blow. Gonna be free. 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 There's nothing in between what we are, what we see. There's nothing in between what we are, you know, what we see and what we are, said. And on a lifeboat sailing home with our drunken hearts and our tired bones, I just take one last look around, and every place gonna feel like a familiar town. You know we're gonna be free. 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 All from time to time. Free. Don't you wanna be free? You know I said we're all free. It's gonna feel good to be.
It's Donavon Frankenreiter and Mike Bedard doing some great vocals and percussion for us. Matt Grundy on harmonica, guitar, vocals, and you guys are going to be at the Blue Note Hawaii in Waikiki through Sunday. Really appreciate you stopping by our Atherton Performing Arts Studio. Hope you enjoyed it today.
This is amazing. Thank you for having us. Yes, thank you so much.
You are
It's been
quite
incredible.
welcome. And keep us in mind for the future next time you're coming back through town. Don't
Next
be a
time I see
stranger.
you, we will be sitting right here, but with Jamtown.
I like that kind of talk.